Trump is handing out tariff checks, but who is getting the money? That's a really good question and exactly what I'm going to answer and clarify for you here in this video. And I also do have this article right here, which I will be popping up on the screen in just a minute, so you can see and read for yourself exactly what he said and who is going to be getting a lot of this money that is coming in right now from the tariffs every single month at a tune of about $29 billion per month, or about $350 billion per year is what the United States is currently bringing in right now from the tariff revenues. Now, before I pop this article up and before I talk about the details of this any further, I want to throw something out super fast. In just a minute, when I pop this up and when I reveal who is getting this money, rather than just clicking away right away, if you can, stick around for a minute or two. I want to explain further details on this because I think we need to look at the big picture here. What is the president approving of? The distribution of money coming into this country from tariff revenues to a certain group of the population that is literally highlighted right here in this article. It is a struggling group of the population right now. My point being is that let's look at the big picture here. What is the silver lining behind this? Who is going to be getting this money? And what is his willingness to hand out a portion of this money? And what does that mean for all of us going forward? Does that kind of make sense? Hang out, we'll explain this a little bit further in just a minute, but I want you to see exactly who he's talking about here and the big picture around this idea and why I think, hey, this is actually a pretty big win for all of us as a whole. It all needs to start somewhere, and just like they talked about, I don't know, a month and a half or so ago, the distribution of money back to us in the form of a profit share from the tariff revenues that are being brought in. Does that kind of make sense? Hang out, we'll talk here for a second about this a little bit further. All right, let's pop this article up right here, right now. Feel free to read through this, and I will explain the details of this. So, the president was out just the other day, and he was indicating that he wants to hand out some of the profits coming into the United States from the tariff revenues to who? Farmers. Farmers, yes, exactly, farmers, struggling farmers, because they're getting hammered by the tariffs right now as well. Well, how many of us are farmers out there? I'm going to say this much. I'm not a farmer. Maybe there's some of you here in the community that are farmers. If so, first off, hats off to you. Thank you for doing the work that you do. I know that it can be very labor-intensive work doing that kind of stuff, right? But yes, thank you for providing food to this country and honestly the entire globe, right? We all rely on farmers to get our food. I mean, believe it or not, it's a very, very important industry. So, think of it this way. In the United States, one crop per year feeds like the entire globe. It's kind of interesting, right? So, I don't know, it's vitally important. But anyway, the president indicated he wants to start handing out some of this money, the tariff revenues, to farmers in the form of basically just cash payments to help them, okay? Okay, now what does this mean for all of us, okay? And let me give you some timelines behind this as well. He's going to be calling on Congress to do this, okay? He's calling on Congress to do this. They need to have basically their next farm bill done, which, by the way, it was supposed to be done 2 years ago. It was supposed to be done 2 years ago, the farm bill. They never did it. They delayed it until now. Well, guess what? It has to be done by November 21st. I believe that's a Friday, by the way. I'd have to look at the calendar again. I think that's a Friday. But anyway, November 21st is when they need to have this done. So he's calling on Congress to include it in their omnibus bill that needs to be done, basically the farm bill, which needs to be done by November 21st, okay, including this payout to farmers from tariff revenues, okay? The cash would likely start going out early next year. Okay, I'm talking about farmers here. What about the rest of us? You said you were going to tell us some details and the silver lining for the rest of us. You're right, I am. Let's think about this. Okay, what did he indicate here in this article? Struggling farmers. I want to take that as a key piece of information. He's handing out money to those individuals that are struggling right now because of what? The tariffs. Literally what he indicated and what's talked about here in this article. Okay, I like it. Okay, because let's extrapolate that a little bit further now. He's indicating his willingness to basically take some of the money coming in from tariffs and handing it out to people and different groups and industries that are struggling because of the impacts of the tariffs. Gee, who else is struggling right now because of the tariffs? Let's think for like 3 seconds. Gee, I don't know. Maybe seniors, maybe people with disabilities, maybe low income, maybe those people living on a small fixed income. Duh. right? Yes, that's a technical term, by the way. Duh is a very technical term. So I'm going to continue to use it in my videos. Okay. So anyway, point being is that this is maybe the gateway getting into further distributions of cash. Now, I'm going to say this much. I don't know that for sure. I'm not guaranteeing anything whatsoever. All I'm saying is that maybe this is the gateway where he gets a little dopamine hit and is like, hey, that felt kind of good. We distributed some money to people that are struggling and need that money right now because they're getting whacked by the tariffs. It gave me a little boost in my ratings or something like this. Again, I'm just kind of speculating what he may be thinking or feeling. And then he might think, hey, that translated into some higher ratings. Some more people are approving of me right now. That's pretty cool. I like that, right? Yeah, exactly. Who else could we distribute some of this money to? And maybe, I don't know, maybe we could look at the proposal that was introduced by, say, I don't know, Josh Hawley, like a month and a half ago or so, give or take a little bit, where he introduced the American Worker Rebate Act of 2025, which would distribute rebate checks to us as a result of profit share from the tariff revenues coming in. What a winner of an idea, right? Exactly. So that's the point that I really wanted to emphasize, is that rather than getting all, upset and feeling like, man, he's giving money to other groups and getting all bent out of shape about this, I'm kind of right there with you. It's easy to think like, man, they're leaving us out again. How could he possibly betray us like this and forget about us? We're seniors, living on a fixed income. Hey, I totally get it, right? I'm totally right there with you. But let's look at the silver lining and let's look at the positive of this as being, hey, he's identifying a group that is struggling financially because of the tariffs. I like it. What other groups are also struggling? Gee, I don't know. Like I said a minute or two ago, seniors, fixed income beneficiaries, low income, right? The groups that you see out there, you could pull up 50 reports right now. I mean, it's probably honestly more than that. There's reports everywhere. I read reports on this, multiple per week. Hey, we did a study and, 78% of low income are struggling because of the tariffs. Again, duh. We know that, right? I read so many of these reports every single week. I don't even talk about them anymore because there's so many of them. I could sit here and give you percentage after percentage, statistic after statistic of all these different reports that have come out suggesting low income and fixed income are getting hit the hardest right now by the implementation of the tariffs. Again, we know, right? We don't need to hear this data every single week because we're getting it so much all the time. We know, we're living it right now. So anyway, this is the plan as of now. Now, again, I want to show this, point this out really quickly as well, which is the willingness to call on Congress to approve the distribution of money, as in tariff revenues, a portion of that in the form of basically some type of stipend back to a group, and calling on lawmakers to implement that into their next large piece of legislation. Again, the omnibus bill, otherwise known as the farm bill, that needs to be done by November 21st. Okay, again, this is all perfectly aligning with everything I've been talking about for months, which is we've got multiple outs here. We have all kinds of things that lawmakers are doing right here, right now, and that they need to do over the coming days, weeks, and months that have many different opportunities for lawmakers to add a little bit of money into them in the form of money distribution to us, in the form of a rebate, a stimulus, a stipend, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. The name has no influence whatsoever, whatever they want to call it, right? So anyway, they could call it a Trump check. I mean, seriously, they could call it Trump change. That's a little that's a little phrase that I coined a couple months ago. I was like, it's Trump change, right? I mean, how catchy is that right there? Give everybody a Trump change check, right? Rather than, not to be mistaken with chump change, but rather Trump change check, right? You know what I mean? So that's pretty catchy if you ask me, right? So anyway, by the way, if any of those other schmucks out there here on the tube come up with that and start calling it theirs, no, I coined that months ago. So anyway, that's my saying. I made it up. So if any other schmuck says it, it's they're actually taking it from me. So there you go. All right, there you go. But anyway, that's the details that I want to share with you really quickly. Let's kind of watch this here very closely and see what else, right? Remember, midterm elections are only 1 year away. And I know that sounds like, it's so far away. it's so far away, but guess what? It's not going to be very long here until we really start coming up and getting all of these pushes for the midterms. It starts coming on, in like a couple months here. They start talking about it massively, and that's when it starts getting a lot of attention. So we're honestly not that far away. And what do they want to do then? Get our attention. How do they get our attention? Throw us some money, right? That's how they do it every single time. How do you get somebody's attention? Throw them a little money and you get their attention, right? They know that. It's the same play out of the same playbook that they've been rolling for years. They know how to do it, okay? Anyway, just want to point this out for you really quickly. Drop your comments down below. Otherwise, as always, you know what I'm about to say. If you're on Medicare, write that phone number down. Best phone number that you can have for you. Your best resource for Medicare help, free Medicare help. Very, very important time of year that we're rolling into right here, right now. Write that phone number down. Take a picture, take a screenshot. Thousands and thousands and thousands of you here in the community have already called that number. I could rattle off all kinds of names right now that are saving all kinds of money. Some of the most recent people reaching out: Beth Conley, saving $310 per month. That's $3,720 a year that she is saving. That's a massive amount of money. Deanne Smock also saving $154 per month. That's about $1,800 per year. Dwayne Carls is saving, what is his, $142 per month. That's about $1,600 per year. Barbara Welly is saving $94 per month. Again, it's about a little over $1,000 per year. Again, these are just some of the most recent comments I've seen rolling in. A lot of people getting a lot of help. Anyway, if you're on Medicare, 70 million people, write that phone number down. It's going to be massively helpful for you. Couple quick pro tips. Number one, bring your list of questions when you call them. They can help you out for sure, answer those questions. Number two, bring your wish list when you call them. If you're, needs something specific, doctors, providers, networks, offices, clinics, hospital systems, prescription coverages, vision, hearing, dental, whatever it happens to be, whatever coverages you want, tell them and they'll find it for you. Otherwise, if you're turning 65 or retiring, again, that's by far your best resource. If you're retiring or turning 65 in the next 3 to 6 months, you got to call them like ASAP, like right away, as they can help you with your initial enrollment, and it'll make your life so much easier. And it'll save you a lot of confusion and a lot of headaches, I'll tell you that much, okay? Anyway, after you talk to them, by the way, drop a comment down below. Use the word chapter within your comment. That's the keyword that I search for across the channel, by the way. And I'd love to give you a shout out and feature you in an upcoming video, just like I did for all the people here in this video. All right, anyway, until next time, enjoy your day. Hope this helps you. Please subscribe down below, 100% free. Please share the video. Big share button right down below as well. Please share that phone number with your friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, your social media. Share that phone number. Let's help some people out right now, especially seniors on Medicare. Anybody. It's a vitally important time right now, especially as we roll here into October. Yep, very busy time of year. All right, anyway, please subscribe. Check out the other 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. Otherwise, down below in the description or the top of the comment section, I've hand-selected some popular videos for you there, as well as also pinned that comment for you there as well, and that phone number. Otherwise, enjoy, take care. Hope to see you again later in the next